Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to our playthrough of Galactic Civilizations, Warlords, and our playthrough as the Solazzi. We have finally a bit of peace in our nearly constant warring with the AI for one reason or another. We have managed to actually bring everybody down to a reasonable level of strength where we are either on par or stronger than the AI in terms of sheer ship volume. So we're a little bit free for the moment to pursue our goals. And one of our goals is another war with the Terrans, because they have an ascension crystal that I really would like. So I'm thinking about just doing a little itty bitty war where we just storm in and seize this entire region and beat down their military quickly and hope that they peace us out or accept a peace from us. Or that's one avenue, or we could pursue our goal of just, we have quite a lot of planets that need governors. We can spend a bit of time just filling out our planets, making a bit of cash, and fixing our war-torn planets. And I think that's probably the route we're going to go. We will still be building up a military near constantly because that does add to your prestige victory while pursuing some other stuff to give us prestige. And maybe if the Terrans misstep even once, even if they look at us funny, we're going to take them out, or at least take out this. We don't want to kick them out the game entirely. To that end, we are sort of just backfilling our research, getting, some important stuff unlocked so that we can develop our planets further. But I do think it's time that maybe we have a look at getting some more governors. Unfortunately, I don't see anybody amazing here. Let's go ahead and invite some leaders, see what we get. There's anybody particularly great? You're very good. Extremely expensive. A pet name giver. That's kind of like I am. 30% research when assigned as a governor. Lots of research. Everything's pretty solid here. Loves to assign humiliating pet names to their advisors. Yeah, it used to drive my staff crazy. All right, let's go ahead and pick her up. We will get at least one planet. We will have to just sell off some things to keep ourselves afloat here. We're probably going to... Ooh, we have a fair amount of harmony crystals. We'll do some gifting in a minute. We'll probably have to... sell off a couple of these. We'll probably have to give some people some harmony crystals. You could probably use a harmony crystal. Everybody. All right, so which planet would we like? We just got this planet and it's supposed to be a very good planet, but we'll be building it up from scratch, whereas a lot of these other planets already have some amount of infrastructure on them already. The problem is, if I put a governor here, yes, it's going to start producing more culture, but it's always going to be a little bit at risk of being flipped. So I'm kind of hesitant to invest in that planet too much. But to save it, maybe it's better if I actually turn it into a proper planet. The thing is that actually the people here are pretty happy. You know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Let's see if we can save that planet. It's quite a great world. All right, what do we have left on this planet? We'll take a shipyard. A xanthium extractor is already in place. We have a cultural district, which is fine. Planetary mainframe. It's a little bit all over the shop. 2 of 6. Whereas there it is. It looks like mostly manufacturing, and I'm okay with that. But maybe we can... There's a lot of housing. I think there's a better housing triangle here. It'll take a while for that to come up, and maybe a planetary generator. I think there is fine, and then we can do something with these. There's a decent starbase there if we decide. We'll see what we're going to do with this planet. It's actually pretty good. Decent manufacturing. I was hoping for a little bit more research, but it's fine. It's fine for now. Let's do like this. What do you have in orbit? A planetary beacon I'm okay with. Sensor arrays. A defense matrix I feel like we can get rid of. But we'll leave it alone for now. I'm already feeling pretty good about that. Science just got a little bit of a bump. We are no longer exploiting the population as of right now, but 4 turns until we can do it again. And let's see what the game has in store for us this time, shall we? Alrighty, there's our anomaly detection giving us an extra move and something that gives us extra sensor power. Quite a lot of sensor power, in fact, from our starbases, if we need it. There's warp theory as well, should we decide to get even more moves. Let's see what new tech there is. Fusion power plants gives us a good amount of manufacturing and leads on to bioplastics, which allows us to upgrade manufacturing. It's not a bad idea. Orbital research labs we would have to get through if we want to upgrade our research further, and I actually think we might want to do that. We could also go for things like xenohospitality to try and fix our approval or our income. Espionage, if we want to go for more diplomacy. I don't know, maybe diplomacy is what we want. Galactic Commission, extra culture points and influence. We're not really doing the influence thing. We still would like to get out some military done, but I think we should get asteroid fields. Let's get asteroid factories. It's going to help produce a bit more stuff for us out of the few things that we have producing stuff for us. That's something we actually should take a look at. Yeah. All right. So asteroid factories doesn't really hold too much for us. And I don't believe that that 20% to mining affects our ascension crystal. In fact, I don't know what else we can do to farm this ascension crystal. I genuinely don't think that there's anything else we can do aside from just finding more. So maybe asteroid factories is not where we want to be. Go ahead and take a look at, I mean, we might as well just finish off precursor artifact mastery. That will give us access to precursor nanites and 15%. But I think science is what we want. We want to accelerate our science a little bit. I also think anywhere that doesn't have like over 50, we're just going to do research studies quite slowly. You need Prometheon for that, huh? I did not know that doing research missions, you needed Prometheon. I guess we'll continue to just build up the military. Just build up the military. Our flagship has detected an ancient cargo container drifting aimlessly in the void. It appears to be a relic from the Precursor Wars. Inside, we find a fully intact Arnorian drive system. A ship component that is remarkably small for its size could be attached to a ship to increase its speed. Alternatively, we could harvest a significant quantity of thulium from it or sell it to the highest bidder. What are your orders? I think, as much as we would like that 300 gold, we are going to keep it and see if it's useful to make a class of really fast strike ships. We will see. Have a look at our policies. Yes, everything is where we want to be. Approval is looking okay for medium. I would love to go up to high taxes. That'll put us in the green, but it does kill our science. So that's just not happening until we get our approval sorted. We also want to keep an eye out on the diplomacy to see what the next war is. It's probably with the Terrans, and the Festrons are still building up military and may choose to go back to war with us, which, you know, it could happen. All right, there's Orbital Research Labs, which leads on to neural mapping, which is kind of where we would like to be, allowing us to get aid research and the ability to upgrade our research, which is fine for me. We will take the research. Our ships are just chilling out in space. We're doing military everywhere that it makes sense. We are shipping those here, ready for the next war because they're going to happen. It's going to happen. We're looking for hypersilicates. There are none on the market. All right, neural mapping. There's our aid research and the ability to upgrade our research. Precursor artifact mastery is here. So is asteroid factories, but possibly political capital would be good. Quantum physicist, artificial brains, huh? Let's get political capital next. Okay. Now we will upgrade our research, even though we only have the one. Something like this. This planet is doing 130 research for us. We are going to want a little bit more housing somehow, some way. But I think what we'll end up doing is probably shipping people off of this planet to other planets. And once those are done, we can go ahead and just aid research. Seems fine to me. Get our upgrades. Get our upgrades. Shapler. Ooh, Shapler's come a long ways. Everybody's super happy now. Love to see it. It's doing pretty good for itself. It's probably not optimized as we stole this from the AI, but you know, whatever. Upgrade our research everywhere we can. And we would like to keep an eye on the map. Also, we want to scout out here as well. Yeah, we want to scout out the Festron space because I want to know what we're going up against. And I want to know where their capital is, so in case I need to research TerraStar technology and just march a TerraStar in there. Oh, the Archeans under siege here at Cricket once again. It looks like the Verse Harmonisers are tearing a chunk out of the Archean. But there's political capital giving us A+1 to our diplomacy. Illicit deals. There are those who want our favor and are happy to pay for it. This will provide credits but increase crime across our civilization. We can extort the governors. Provides 100 credit per governors. And access to the Galactic Commission. Crime minus 10%. An extra enacted policy is pretty good. Planetary Court also minuses crime, but you know, I don't really mind too much about the crime. Let's get the nanite defense system. We're a little bit all over the place with our tech, but it doesn't matter. What's important is that we are catching up in prestige to the top opponent, the Terran Alliance. So as long as we actually maintain peace and just play out the game, I'm sure we will be fine. Most people are happy with us. The Festron, no. The Terrans, no. But that's okay, as I would like to go to war with the Terrans anyway. That's totally fine with me. We would like, however, to make sure that we have some defensive options scattered about the place. I think it's a little bit overkill to leave the Lagerda back, where we might need him on the front line. So let's begin moving him up. Everything else can hang back on the defense. This missile boat cruiser, I think, could probably be more useful defending Savo, which has only a light garrison at the moment. We settled Pax, and I really would like to get this planet up and running as well. Maybe new governors? A time traveler. Interesting. Deceased friend. I think you're good enough for a leader. Not amazing, but I will take it. Let's settle Pax. Done. See what's on this planet. It's going to be built up from scratch, but there is precursor experiments here. Technology +2, approval -20%. Yikes. I don't need you to be anything other than a citizen for the moment. Keep your expectations realistic. Let's get our core world. I mean, there's some pretty good research over this way. I think we'll put this guy here, and we can get down the planetary generator and supply depot. Get down a starport, and that'll do for now. Then we can science up this place. Seems okay. Marshall, it's all about military. Just keep the military going. We do want a pretty thick garrison down here at Marshall, as they do border Terran worlds. There may be military lurking down here. We should probably have a look at Rand. Rand is extremely happy now, which is great news. Lots of housing. This was going to be where we just produce population and ship them out to our other planets to help get them going, and also probably produce like troop transports and things out of. To that end, we might as well get some manufacturing. The financial district, I don't think we need. We may have to build a surveillance center here just to keep crime in check, but crime is okay. But everybody is looking happy for the most part. Over here, I think we will do a science mission, getting a little bit more cultural output now. I think maybe on this planet, it might be a good idea to just go some culture. You know, a holo theater wouldn't be too bad either. Go ahead and put that down. Okay. We would like some Prometheon to be able to do a little exploration, but our money situation's looking pretty edgy at the moment. But anyway, research mission. We might have to do some treasure hunts, but we will see. Okay, nanite defense system done. Gives us access to the repair nanite cloud. Let's choose a new tech. We'll go for... Let's get Fury missile enhancements next. Although research matrix... we'll take the research matrix. While we have peace, let's just try to make some progress on that front. Let's do a treasure hunt here as well. We will keep a garrison on our planets where we can. Let's make sure we're doing that to keep our overall approval up again while we're at peace. Everywhere that we have, make sure we do that. Oh my god. You get in there, even though Savo is perfectly happy. Let's assign ships to all of our planets. Our freighter has found the Verse Harmonizer. Oh, no, it's not. I thought this is a minor world. I was hoping we would find the Verse Harmonizer capital. It's over here. Symphoria. There it is. Let's go trade with them. That'll hopefully make us a little bit of money as well. We've got some other trade routes. We should be at max trade routes once that guy lands. But I am expecting the Terrans to declare war at some point. At some point. Don't let me down, Terrans. I need this war. We just got Prometheon. I think we can't afford to ease up on the military, and look at our score. We are about to take first place. Shapler, you can maybe do something a little bit bigger for us, like a gladiator. What does the gladiator have? 3 shield generators, thulium alloy armor, 2 enhanced pulse cannons, 8 neutronium piercer manifests, some leviathan torpedoes, and a neutrino emitter. Man, that's a pretty expensive purchase if you ask me. I think we just keep throwing out cruisers for now. Wait, I thought you could only get up to 96% approval rating. This guy's 99. Hell yeah. You guys not so much. I would like a garrison here, however. We'll divert you over this way. We'll keep this cruiser garrisoned here just for the approval. And I would love to get our approval up to the point where we can bump our taxes, but that's just not feasible. We may have to, however. We may have to. It's -71. It's a ridiculous bleed at the moment. We can maybe sell off some precursor nanites, just trying to keep ourselves afloat here. We really want to keep that Prometheon. Let's have a look at this. Can we mine this faster with techapods is going to help give us a bit of durantium that we can sell. There is the carrier commander. We built this in the last episode. It's got 16 fighters, 4 guardian fighters, 4 assault fighters. They all do really wonderful stuff. It's got a lot going on. Let's take it to the front. Can't wait to try it out. Let's hope the Terrans don't disappoint. Your flagship captain reports the discovery of a lost cargo container floating in space. This device appears to be able to be quietly slipped into orbit of an enemy planet, raising the planet's crime rate. Very devious device indeed. We're going to sell it for $500, keep ourselves afloat. Our flotilla here is just going to stay on repairs for the moment. There is Research Matrix, letting us use Quantum Physicist. Interesting, we're going to see what those do. I think Artificial Brains is where it's at. Let's get Fury Missile Enhancements. I like missiles. Marshall, you can just get some more cruisers. Keep building up that military. We would like to exploit les populations. Done. We would also like to pressure the scientists. Done. All right, we are losing somebody out of Savo. I think it's going to be this guy, the Yor. Let's have him go aboard the flagship that we just created. Boost our culture on this planet because I've noticed our borders shrinking. Savo, you can go back to doing... I think we should take time to get out some constructors. That flagship, we would like to make progress with this orb of Dragonol. We need to search for anomalies. Chappler, I guess you can maybe do a... I think we need a new battleship design. The AH battleship is pretty good, but I think we can do... Okay, this is our battleship. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 warheads on there and a bunch of shielding and stuff like that. It's going to be our new anti-huge battle missile boat. Permanently delete our old design. Let's get one of those out. Okay. Okie dokies. We are at 66. The Terrans are still at 69. Let's keep an eye on this number, 695. We are at 660. Alrighty, they went up from 695 to 704, and ours didn't change. We're still at 660. How do you figure that? We should have at least got some ascension score out of that. Why didn't our thing change? Oh, well, we don't know. A little bit disappointed. I was all like, yes, look at our number grow, and it didn't. And it just didn't. Just got that constructor, and I'm tempted. Let's have a look at these modules because we could get a starbase factory to increase our manufacturing, an orbital research center, which I think we do want. Let's buy some Prometheon. Expensive stuff. Very expensive stuff. I don't think this is worth the investment I'm about to put in here for 3%. But we'll take it. Our fleets are waiting. What is the situation here? The Festrons are at weaker than us. We are powering up pretty hard. The Terrans are keeping pace. Verse Harmonisers far behind. Everybody else pretty far behind. Festron are at war with the Verse Harmonizers. They'll be keeping each other in check. Might be a good time to get involved in this war, actually. We might throw in with somebody. And it looks like the Archeans are at war with both Terrans. That doesn't spell good things for the Archeans. The Festron are at war with the Verse Harmonizers, and I think the Verse Harmonizers are losing. Now, what we could do is we can come to the aid of the Verse Harmonizers, right? We can declare war again on the Festrons and maybe look to seize some territory, or we can backstab the Verse Harmonizers. We can actually ally with the Festron and grab up some territory in this direction. That'll put us into direct conflict. But I don't feel good about making that decision. But we also can't just give all of this territory to the Festron, and they are winning. That's the problem. And if the Festron get access to all of this, bad times for me. I need to get something out of this situation. We might have to declare this war. I really don't think that the Verse Harmonizers will be able to stop us from sweeping in and grabbing all of this territory. And I think that's what we're going to do. Kind of a scummy move, but the Zolotsi are kind of scummy people. So let's go ahead and do that. We will need some transports, however, if we want to make this happen as quickly as possible. So let's grab a couple transports, places where we can get them out in a couple turns without killing too much of our population. Let's transport you to Savo and you to Savo. Make this happen before the war pops. Speaking of, let's go into Savo. What would it take to make you a quantum physicist? Prometheon. Who knew Prometheon was so valuable? The thing is, we lost our Prometheon. I personally would prefer to go to war with the Terrans, which is still possible. And they are currently the biggest threat along with the Festron. But the Verse Harmonizers are going out. And I would like to grab up at least, I think these planets, I think should be all ours. And I mean, that is their core world. What do they have to defend with? They've got some bombers. To be honest, they won't have very much left after the Festron have spanked them. What is their production like? Worse than ours. Yeah, all right, we need to get in there and take over the Harmonizers. Okay, we will leave one of these fleets behind, somebody that doesn't have a transport. All right, you guys, it's going to take some time to cross this space. Let's hope we get there in time. We also are going to need like a staging ground for this. This fleet we were building up. Send them out over this way. I mean, that fleet should be enough to handle whatever the Terrans throw at us. You do an about face. You're heading for this group. We still have a fleet on standby over here. What I don't see is a lot of transports. There's a constructor. We are going to send that over this way to just have like an operation, a base of operations. Okay, I think this is the correct play. The thing is, where's our... We had transports. We had at least a transport. I guess it didn't survive the war? Really? All right, well, good thing we are building those transports. We probably want to build a couple more, honestly. I don't want to do it from Savo if it can be avoided. That's the problem. You're at 505 and you got some unhappy people. That tells me perfect time to do a transport over here. Troop transport. Okay, get a couple more turns in, seeing how things shape out. Hopefully we can get over here in time to save. We want to save the Verse Harmonizers because being under our occupancy is definitely going to be way better than being under the Festron. That's for sure. Let's make sure that we can actually declare war on the Festrons. We can't. But it's going to take us some turns to get over there anyway. There's Fury missile enhancements, giving us access to even more missile power. We've got the Icaron warhead clusters. I think we're just going to push down all the way to the end of the missile tree. It's going to be money everywhere that we can. We have a proposal for you. In the interest of peace, we would like to hold a cultural exchange festival. We will agree to the festival even though you're at war. Although that is a lot of control. I will do it. No hypersilicates. The Terrans would like a festival as well for even more control. That is, I mean, we'll take it. We'll agree to this festival. We should have enough control to exploit in 7 months. Anyway, let's keep our guys moving in the right direction. How many turns will it take you boys to get there? 1, 2, 3-ish turns. 3-ish turns. Hopefully they have 3-ish turns. We want the core, the capital. We want Symphonia or Symphoria. If we can capture Symphoria, I mean, the Festron can have the rest. But if we have Symphoria, chances are the pressure coming out of here will capture everything else back for us. But yeah, the Festron are already starting to grab. All right, we've got a troop transport. Let's take the scientists out there. You're now a troop transporter. You will be a troop transport. We, the representatives of the Archean Republic, reach out to you with requests for aid. No, I'm sorry. We have got other plans in motion, my friend. I cannot help you. All right, so on this planet, approvals at 70. We could possibly use a Hall of Theater, but there's no real great place for it. It's only going to give us a plus 5% to our approval. I mean, it's something. It's not nothing. They're at their pop capacity, I think. Well, that's going to change once the transport pops. Let's just get some cash. We need cash. We need the cash. All right, there's our invader. Send him to rendezvous with the fleet. Another transport off to rendezvous. Which one of you is the least happy? 72, 61, 67. It's going to be Mr. 61 here. Send him on board. You're a troop transport now. Congratulations. It's off to the front lines with you. Send him out. It's going to take you a little bit longer. 5 turns to get there. All right, our fleets are already arriving. Alhana, you can't really do too much for us. Let's just get a treasure hunt cooking. Our little caretaker ship can also make for the front lines. Marshal, you're all about my cruisers. March them over. Your flagship arrives at the strange artifact. What it once did can only be known to the ancient precursors. However, within the depth of it is a container holding valuable antimatter. Your crew carefully remove the antimatter and put it into storage for later use. +1 antimatter. Hurrah. We will find the Orb of Dragonol. We will. The Terrans really hate us. The citizens of Pax Atlar are unhappy. You're an invader. Our constructor. I think here's as good a place as any for a military starbase. Let's just ram him down for now. This will be our staging point. All right. Let's go ahead and put those guys there. This is one invasion fleet. coming in. A second invader will go in here. That guy goes there. The carrier fleet is arriving, kind of on a time limit here as the Festron are making a lot of progress. I really hate to do this, but there's a number of reasons why we're going to take out the Verse Harmonizers. One, their influence pressure is just a little bit too much for me, and I would like to save this planet. Two, the Festron just can't be allowed to grab up that much space, and it's a little bit impractical for us to go after the Festron homeworld. We are sort of leaving our homeworlds undefended, so most of the military that we produce from this zone is just going to stay here in case something else happens. Mr. Vega coming in again with a trade. Fortunately, I mean, it's not a bad trade. 23 Prometheon. We do need Prometheon for relatively little. I will accept that trade. Prometheon is pretty big. We can also take that and sell off a fair amount of this Prometheon just to keep ourselves afloat while our economy takes a big old shit. These are our invaders. This fleet is pretty much maxed out with the Dreadnought and the carrier. We don't need both the Dreadnought and the carrier. So let's assign the carrier to this fleet. The Dreadnought will form something else around. Right, let's just get all of you like this, and then we'll see where we stand in terms of what military we have here to sort out these fleets a little bit. You're waiting. Fantastic. Do we just make a beeline for Symphoria, however, is the question. They've got fleets inbound. They're wiping out the defenses, which is good news for us, but we want to sneak in there. There's the Icaron warhead clusters, giving us even more missile attacks, and the Icaron missile clusters. Let's choose a new tech. We're just going to take anything that is missiles. Photonic warhead systems. Malaria X warheads. I mean... antimatter detonations. Give it to me. Want all the missile tech. All the missile tech. Upgrade our manufacturing. You get in there. The carrier commander we want with a couple more of you. They do have an invader. Let's get this invader fleet in here. I think we're going about this wrong. Let's get the invaders with the Lagerda. Pretty well protected. We need a fleet to be the hammer going in there. Although do we? I mean, they're already pretty roughed up. I think we're just fine to pull the trigger. Honestly, I think we're totally fine to go ahead and do this. We have a look at what the Verse Harmonizers are cooking with. They are down to next to nothing. The Festron are still very strong. These guys are keeping each other in check. The Terran are sort of running away a little bit with the military, but then again, so are we. I think it's time we speak to the Festron and see if we can do a trade with them. If we go to declare war on the Verse Singers, select, they would take that. Are they going to give us anything for it? They would give us 1,000 credits, which is not bad, but is there anything else that we would like? Strategic resources, do they have a lot of something? We could use some more Prometheon. We just got a big old chunk, but maybe Durantium, some Diplo capital. I think we'll just accept the $1,000. Some extra credits per month. How many credits per month would they give us? I wonder if we take out these. They would agree to 30 per month and some cash on top of it. I think I would just prefer all the cash. They will give us 1,100 and maybe even some Prometheon on top. We will accept this and we will declare war on the Verse Harmonizers. Accept. Done. Now, what is our aim in this war? Our aim is kind of to go after the Verse Harmonizer homeworld. It's technically a war of annihilation, but I don't want to do that. It might be a war of conquest. I think we can get away with a war of defense. We're going to call this a war of defense because we're liars and we're the Zolotzi. We are technically defending ourselves from the Festron by allying ourselves with the Festron to claim the Verse Harmonizer territories so that the Festron don't have access to it. And we've made the Festron pay us for this. So this all seems very much in keeping with the Zolotzis. Fleets that were in our territory belonging to the Verse Singers have been relocated. That is fine. A lot of people don't like us for this backstabby move, and it is a bit backstabby. Like, we've been completely fine with the Verse Harmonizers this entire time. And suddenly, it is... I mean, it's their time to go. It's their time to go. When it's your time to go, it's kind of your time to go. Let's move in. Tomorrow is promised to nobody. Definitely not the Verse Harmonizers. Alrighty, Marshall. Let's get more military. Rand, you can produce... We still want treasure hunts and things happening. Strange phantom images of Terran ships fill our sensors, remnants of a battle that occurred long ago, which left echoes on the fabric of space-time itself. The Terrans we see are, for the most part, silent, but at least a few are trying to communicate with us. We can't make out much of what they're saying, but it appears to be an insurrection that was violently put down. There is no record of this battle, and the Terrans would certainly prefer if it stayed that way. We can say nothing. We get +1 relations, which would be nice. We will say nothing of this. I like what they're putting down. We had I don't know what, I guess you were a diplomat. We will go ahead and make you a diplomat with these guys for now. Okay. We're going straight in for their capital, which should be wide open. We will still leave a garrison here at Marshall. We will keep a light garrison in this area. Although I suppose we could send them out to maybe capture some small worlds. Won't matter if we get the capital. All we want is the capital. We will keep a garrison back here at Savo. And of course we have the threat up at the top here. Just pointed at the Terrans in case they ever get any ideas. I think that puts us in a pretty good spot to end this episode. We just declared war on the Verse Harmonizers, as they were going to get destroyed by the Festrons anyway, and that we just cannot allow. So we will take control of their capital, all of their stuff, and then probably make war with the Festron, because why not? The Terrans are still ahead of us in terms of prestige. Our prestige doesn't seem to be climbing nearly as fast as I would like, even though we have an Ascension Crystal pumping away for us. But so do the Terrans, and the Terrans have a little bit more in terms of technological score and sector ownership and all of that. We will stop the Terrans from pulling out a win here. All that matters is that we are number 2 in this war. So let's have a look at the victory statuses. For the prestige victory, we are second, just behind the Terrans. So if we can war with the Terrans and pull down their military, they are stealing. Yeah, they took cricket from the Archaeans as well, giving them access to a whole lot more territory. This is Festron space over here. I don't love that. Yeah, the Terrans are a little bit of a menace. The Terrans might be the final boss after all. But all right, we will see how this goes. Maybe we can wrap up this war really quickly and then double back and make war against the Terrans. They have us a little bit surrounded, so attacks can come from all fronts, but everywhere that the attacks will most likely come from, we are fairly well defended. Thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully you're enjoying the series. If you are, leave a like, subscribe, help us out, leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you all, guys. Bye-bye.